Oh God, the Knicks, man. Just the Knicks
Ole,
fans.
ole, 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 ole,
Knicks fans.
ole.
Y'all are crazy.
We
I
got
don't know.
World Cup series, boys.
I don't know who's worse.
What World Cup? The
New
World Cup
York?
been busting.
No, sorry. New York or Philadelphia? Like when it comes to sports
But
teams.
we talking about World Cup. We ain't care about no Knicks. Congrats to the Knicks and all that for winning the NBA
Congrats
Finals
to
and all
Knicks.
that.
Congrats to the Canes. But yeah,
Congrats to the Carolina Hurricanes winning their second NBA title. Congrats to the New York Knicks for winning your first in 50 years. All right, cool. Moving on. We got the fun stuff going on. World Cup's been busting. You know, Messi hat trick last night. Ronaldo 0 goals, like what we want to see. You know, Mbappe 2 goals. Holland had 3 points. Yesterday was electric. I mean, one day it was only draws all across the board. Japan tied 89th minute. Cabo Verde tied Spain. It was going crazy in the World Cup. USA won 4-1. I want to say it was Friday. No, I think it was Friday. Like it was going crazy.
Idea. I have no idea what's going on with that.
We've been locked in. But it's been crazy on the
I was
World
like, who
Cup
been locked
side of
in? Because
things.
I was gonna say I ain't been locked in.
England won
Shame on
today.
you.
Portugal and Congo tied.
That was embarrassing. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, it's
All
embarrassing.
I
was
know
a-
is
Hilarious hate watch.
all I know is I went to the bar with a fellow doctor of mine, and I watched mainly the Georgia-Texas game, and I glanced briefly at, I think it was like the Iranians were playing somebody yesterday. That's all I know.
Who did they play? They played someone.
Yeah, okay. This man's been slacking on me. Anyway, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. As you can tell, we're gonna talk NBA, NHL. Both drafts are next week, so there's some stuff to discuss in that. You know, NFL training camp started. Nothing really much. Not training camp, mini camp.
Yep.
So you have stuff on that side of it. MLB's been decent.
And you know we're gonna
Hot
talk
topics.
about Brandon Sorsby. You know we got to talk about it.
Yeah,
And
I
why I
don't
went
know
on,
when
I
to
went on a
fold.
specific show.
Know when
And
to walk away.
Yep.
No,
No,
when
literally.
to fold.
Literally.
Man didn't count his money. I'm sorry, that's too corny. My bad.
And I'm gonna tell y'all whose show I went on and was in the comment section and told y'all where he needed to go next, and they called me a madman. But don't worry, we're gonna talk about that in Hot Topics.
All
this
right,
evening.
anyway.
We might start with Hot Topics. Hell,
Let's run the intro and get going.
let's do it.
Hey, this is JP.
This is Ace.
This is Dalton.
You are listening to
You are listening to the Run and Gun Podcast.
All right, so I got to start out with the hot topics this evening and stuff because it's been very spicy out here in the streets. First thing I want to say is also, shout out to Charlie Ward. I know Ace, you and me, we've talked about it on Rattler Roundup multiple times. Have you seen the signing class this man brought in?
It's been, we broke it down back on the Rattler Roundup of some of the guys who brought in.
Oh no! I'm saying like these came in yesterday.
Oh, I ain't seen the new ones.
So it's got a 6'7" guard who shot over 55% from the field. True three level scorer. Got a 6'10" stretch forward from Czech Republic. Is able to shoot threes. A 7'3" transfer from Seton Hall. He has a 6'8" transfer from Oregon State. He has, I mean, that's just a few from what I've seen so far here from ONG Strike Zone. But Dude, he
Interesting.
he's got some height. He was supposed to have a 7'4" guy last year, but some paperwork didn't fall through the right way.
He's basically focusing on getting bigger, stronger and more organized in his offensive systems, something which we saw New York kind of do, where they had like the Knicks. They basically showed the blueprint. They got Cat and Mitchell Robinson, two really good bigs, running that front line, coming back with your point guard who could drive the plays. And I was talking to my high school basketball coach about this the other day. The day the Knicks won, because he's a Spurs fan, was talking about it. And we're like, the way positionless basketball kind of, I don't want to say it killed basketball in general, but the way how it took away the organization level of like playing the chess match, if you know what I mean, right? Where you used to have the point guard being kind of the quarterback of the whole offense on the court, and you had guys getting in their spots. Everything was intentional and meticulous what they were doing. Now it's swing, and find the guy who's open, basically, right? And I mean that's good and all, but eventually when you get down to half court sets and all that, you kind of need to know. Guys need to know what they're doing and be in the right spot. You don't want a 7'4" guy who can't shoot on the perimeter. Like that's just not gonna work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And FAMU's problem was they had the bigs, but they weren't organized enough when it came down to in tighter games.
Yes.
And we saw what happened when they weren't rebounding and getting the shot going.
For me, it's like I go back to it with the same thing I used to say about their offensive line. I need more nastiness and less sexy. I need nasty in the paint when it comes to boxing out, when it comes to going up for rebounds, when it comes to, getting jump balls, when it comes to fighting for, the possession arrow. Like I need more nasty and down in the paint. I mean, like I get it. This is a shooter's era of basketball, and we're going to talk about this also later on. This is a shooter's era of basketball, but again, it comes down to like play in the paint. Can you dominate in the paint? Like it still matters. So that's what I want to see going forward. And you have 7'4", 6'10" guys that can shoot and also take the ball down low into the paint. And hopefully this leads to more consistency and more wins. So I'm excited for what Charlie Ward's building and stuff. But yeah, from one university to another, we now can turn our attention to what's going on in Lubbock, Texas. So this statement,
buddies, do not bet on games. Come on, y'all. Let's not do it. I know they're pushing it everywhere. You have Kelsey being thrown in your face every single sporting event now, and it's ridiculous.
Pull this up first.
You can't even enjoy yourself watching the World Cup because you always have these fake interaction people promoting the gambling.
Yep.
And I understand it's tempting, whatnot, but you don't want to end up in this situation here like Mr. Sorsby, who lost $5 million and now is going to be getting significantly less money, most likely wherever as a second round pick or whatever in the supplemental.
You're about what he was doing at You're about what he was doing at Cincinnati too, right?
He was betting on Cincinnati. I know.
And Cincinnati didn't care.
And that's the problem. And basically the internet bullied Texas Tech to basically say you can't play college football again and make them leave.
Yeah. To this date, no vote on sanctions has taken place because of legal uncertainty. This was actually before all this madness occurred. Created by the Attorney General, letters discussed below, and the specific threat by the Texas Attorney General. If a vote were to occur, some of the potential sanctions the board could consider under the bylaws include monetary sanctions and or a ban on competing in the Big 12 championship game. Sheesh. In this Texas Tech community earlier this evening, Texas Tech University Board of Regents Chairman Cody Campbell issued an update on Brandon Sorsby and announced that he will no longer be a member of the Red Raider football team this fall. When Brandon's lawsuit resulted in the granting of a temporary injunction, we found ourselves in a difficult situation. With his health and wellness as our top priority, we supported him in spite of very different perspectives and opinions. Our position was challenged by many, but our support for him never changed. We will continue to extend available resources that Brendan has as a student and athlete to ensure his transition is as successful as possible. We heard from many Red Raiders, and we appreciate your passion. Please know that Texas Tech will continue to be a constructive voice in matters related to health and well-being of all students.
If I'm being real,
They did better than Cincinnati.
Yeah. And I look at this and I'm like, man, Trinidad Chambers, you should have went to the draft.
Yeah, I think so.
Both of them should have went to begin with, but like, because both of them would have went before Ty Simpson.
This is also very true.
Because like, I'm gonna just like, I don't want to cut you off or anything. I'm
go
ahead.
Go
perspective, right? If either Chambers or Sorsby came out, right, Jeremiah Love was not going 3. I guarantee you, it was one of those two going 3. Like, and I'm probably sure you're probably seeing another one of them. Somebody's trading into the top 10 for the other one, and they would have been making probably about the same amount of money in the NFL without all this extra distractions or whatnot. Sorsby especially, right? Because I mean, the gambling thing would have came out, but he would have already been guaranteed way more money as a top 10 NFL draft pick than getting no NIL money, and now probably being like a second round pick. I don't know how the contracts work for supplementary drafts.
So,
but like, it's gonna be weird.
I'm glad you said that. So, I pose these notions now because I remember I went on Troy's podcast as a comment in the comment section last week, and I was like, he needs to go to supplemental draft. He's going to have to. And they were like, nah. The NFL ain't even going to take him. Yeah, they will.
NFL's taking him. NFL's going to take him in the first round. And I bet it's probably going to be Pittsburgh.
And that poses this one right here for you. Which team should even consider taking a chance on Sorsby? Because you can give up a draft
Minnesota
pick.
or Pittsburgh, probably.
I was going to say
Most
Miami.
likely.
But Miami is horrible.
Too. No, Miami's waiting for the quarterbacks coming out in 27. They'll probably give like a second round pick just to be safe, but I think you see Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh's team is overall pretty good, right? Minnesota's team is gonna be, for someone to take a first round pick on him, it's gonna be a team who was a playoff team last year, right? That needs a quarterback. So you're looking at, Minnesota wasn't a playoff team, but they were on the fringe bubble. Minnesota for sure. I could see Pittsburgh doing it. I could see, like you said, Miami, but I think Miami's more of like a second round pick kind of team. I could see Arizona doing it.
Third.
I can see I can see them doing second or third, like Arizona, Miami, just for like the sake of it. But like Cleveland's looking at that 27 class. I think they're kind of stuck with Watson anyway.
Do you think Cleveland would move off of Shedeur though, like that?
No, I'm saying they will wait till next year to deal with that.
Oh, true.
I could also see Carolina if we were talking like playoff teams. Like I'm also thinking maybe like wild card. People from wild
that's
card.
not happening. No,
maybe
they're not moving off Bryce Young.
I hope they never do. I hope they never do.
Like number 2, like I mean, he's probably going to start.
I mean, Bryce Young against the Bucks is not good, but Bryce Young against the Panthers, the Falcons is a different beast. He wasn't bad in the playoffs or anything, though.
No, yeah, he was. I mean, he hung in there. Like
the team let him down.
This is true.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see what he does.
I didn't want to be dismissive on it, but like now they drafted Bryce Young first overall, and they're gonna pay him. He brought him back to the playoffs. They're not gonna cut bait on him like that easily. No, you know what I mean? I can see maybe like, I don't think San Francisco does it, but like.
But this guy's not starting either.
He's pretty good. He could if he goes to the right team, he could start.
If he really applied himself to and got over his addiction.
If he didn't gamble and all that. Yeah. That's the other part of it.
So now
I'll read off the teams that made playoffs this past year, and we can see if I can get it right. So we know the Broncos aren't doing it, the Patriots won't do it, the Seahawks and the Rams won't do it, Bears, Texans won't do it, 49ers, Bills, Broncos, already said them, nope. So yeah, Steelers mainly. I think it's probably gonna be the Steelers if anybody does it.
Yeah, that one would make sense.
Because like, unless Philadelphia's had some problems, rumblings about Jalen Hurts. I'm not entirely sure how much you want to deal with that, but I can see them like giving a second-round pick or something for Sorsby and then moving Hurts for a haul next year and getting younger.
Them folks are so if they do that, they're going to set their.
They're unethical to begin with.
That's very true because it's like they didn't. I mean, everybody has their opinions about Donovan McNabb, but they didn't appreciate Donovan McNabb, and now they're doing the same thing with Jalen Hurts. Because the thing is, you know how I know you're 100% spot on with that is because when I was in grad school, I knew 2 Philly fans, like 2 diehard Philly fans that were from Philly. They these people grew up eating cheesesteaks inside Lincoln Financial Field, and they probably threw batteries at Santa Claus like what most of them do. And my man told me, he's like, man, I love Jalen Hurts, but golly, he makes me upset sometimes. Like, I know we could probably be 10 times better if we got someone else.
I can see the Cowboys doing it.
Low key, yeah. Jerry Jones would do it.
I can see the Bucks doing it.
The
Bucks are I'm be real. I think the Bucks will give a second-round pick minimum.
Wouldn't shock me.
Because the Baker contract is going to get messy.
Yeah, it is already messy.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's like
it could.
Like the Bucks are like the super dark horse team. Philadelphia, like so. If I was gonna rate them, right, like 1 being like most obvious, 5 being like the super dark horse, I'd say Pittsburgh is like a 1, Minnesota's like a 2, the Bucks are like 4, and Philadelphia is like 5. If that makes sense.
Pittsburgh probably be 3.
It would be. I just think it would be so crazy.
And Dallas
Philadelphia.
Is like 3. What Dalton's Pittsburgh.
If Philadelphia moved off Jalen Hurts, oh my gosh, that'd be crazy. I'd be like, you know what, go somewhere else and win a championship, dude.
He would. I wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't. The man's been to 2 Super Bowls. Man's bogus holding call away from 2 Super Bowl MVPs.
It's insane. Now, do y'all think Sorsby should serve a suspension of any kind?
In the NFL? I mean, he already got banned from college football.
There has been talk that he might get suspended if the minute he comes into.
They might get him like the Jameson Williams got 11 games.
Calvin Ridley got a whole season for gambling.
But if he was in the NFL doing that, this is college. He might get a full season, but like that doesn't really change anything.
This is true. I think they may have
if like a team like Pittsburgh,
if they do, it'll probably be a short suspension. Because now
it'll be more than 6 games if he does get it.
You're not playing college, so you probably are going to get maybe like, let's say, if I was nice enough, I'd be like, yeah, sorry, you're still going to serve a suspension. I'm going to give you 4 weeks.
I feel like they probably put him in they make him have to like go to like a rehab of some sort. Yeah, and like make him like report on it, and he's going to get strictly monitored though. Like strictly monitored. Because to me, that's just I don't know about y'all, but it's like if you've ever been on like the Hard Rock Bad app and stuff, and we joke about it on here, but it's like I can see how like just playing with it and just doing certain games and stuff and how many legs to it, I can see how it can become addictive.
Yep.
I can see how, but it's also like you have to have a strong will and also realize like, hey, I have priorities to where I can't play with my money like that and stuff. Like it's one of those things you got to be smart about, as like with anything like drinking or taking a certain type of drug or something, which I'm not encouraging people to take drugs. I'm saying like if you're taking like a prescription drug, yes, exactly. Because I mean, Brett Favre got addicted to painkillers. I mean, hell, Bruce Pearl, I'll tell you now, looks like he's a functioning alcoholic every time you see him on the March Madness thing on CBS. Y'all ain't gonna tell me it never crossed your mind? It never crossed your mind?
Looking at that man, are you kidding me? No, I'm sorry. Looking at that man, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Like functioning alcoholic. Like all he does is just sit in a dark bar after the show's over.
And Chad Ochocinco.
Wait, what happened?
I said that's basically Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco now.
Nah, for real. Literally.
On nightcap.
And Shannon literally got that liquor and stuff that he like has sponsored, and he be sipping on it and stuff. But Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm curious to see how this unfolds. But all right, what you want me doing next?
Have to do his in high school, which is funny.
Wait, say again.
They're gonna have a little pro day. They're gonna have like a little pro day for him and his like a high school in Texas.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I'm curious who's going to show up to it. Honestly,
Mm.
I mean, definitely the QB needy teams for this coming season, and obviously, I mean, potentially next year should be there. But you know, so yeah.
Moving on.
To which one
Which
you want?
sport we
NBA or NBA or hockey? Which championship?
NBA finished first, so let's do NBA first, I guess.
All right, let's do it. Okay.
I guess we're working from most like the past up to the present right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, shout out to your New York Knicks, man. Burned down the city. You know, Batman made an appearance on a motorcycle and everything.
New York's finest came in. That was
how New York's finest could dude. They tore apart a bus. They tore apart. The man said he was like, yeah, I tried to save my bus and they tore it apart. They tore the hood off of it, and then they lit the bus on fire.
Yeah.
And I don't know if y'all seen it, right? Well, I know people been following the World Cup, but if you watched like Japan or Algeria, like when not Algeria, but like some of the countries when that won, like they're having the celebrations and all that, right? But they're not going and destroying everything. And like hell, Japan went and cleaned up AT&T Stadium.
Yeah, for real. Like, I saw that.
And then you look at the Knicks and you're like, and see, this is what's wrong with us right here.
Yep.
For real.
This is what's wrong with America. And then Europeans come in and be like, this is the best place ever.
Bro.
Do you know and then the thing is, like, the Europeans look at all these stadiums and they're like, I don't know if y'all seen it floating around. They're like, what do the Americans do with all these stadiums?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, dude, they look at these.
Oh, they look at them too. That like they're like huge compared to like because a soccer stadium's not that big either.
Which I'm surprised to find out.
I'm surprised to find out.
They don't have much space.
Yeah. Some do, some don't. But I think there's certain stadiums in certain countries that have bigger stadiums than others.
Like Chelsea Stadium is like 50,000. Most college stadiums are bigger.
Wow.
College football stadiums are bigger in America. Most NFL stadiums are bigger.
Those stadiums look so much bigger, like when you look at them on TV and stuff. I mean, not saying I watch, but I mean, I've seen like spots and stuff. I've seen like highlights of them and stuff. When if you walk around like a Best Buy, you know, like those stadiums look huge, you know. But it was a crazy analogy. I don't know if I have it on here, but somebody said like every time that the World Cup is held in the U.S., the Knicks make it to the NBA Finals. Because the last time the World Cup was in the U.S., 99, and the Knicks made the finals.
Technically, yeah.
94, and the Knicks made which is also funny. You blow your mind with this. You know what today is, right?
June 17th.
Guess what happened on this day 32 years ago?
94.
Hold on. I'm gonna type it in.
I'm typing it in right now. Years ago.
It's not no.
Well, in Game 5, I want to say happened of the 1994 NBA Finals between the Knicks and the Rockets, but something else happened. I know you know this. You're gonna make me pull it up.
OJ?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, no, he can't be referring to this thing, is he? I thought he was referring to something with the World Cup in '94.
I mean, the World Cup happened in '94,
bro. I think it's something in the NBA Finals, and I'm like, not.
No, see, it did, and this is the connection to that. So what happened was when the NBA Final, because my sister told me about this too, when the NBA Finals was airing, the NBA Finals cut from the coverage of the Knicks and the Rockets to the car chase.
Oh my god!
Because my sister told me, she was like, yeah, I was sitting here at the house, and I was wondering, why are they showing a random car just driving down the interstate. And then she said she later found out it was O.J. Simpson driving the car. And that's where the whole go for the touchdown O.J. comes from. This day in history.
I like that. We should have
O.J. Simpson literally stole the shine of the New York Knicks and the Houston Rockets. I'm not gonna go any further because if I start saying and then think about it. A couple years later, he wrote a book saying if I did it, but he detailed that about everything he did.
I don't know if you ever seen the Key and Peele skit, right? Where he was interviewing one of them was interviewing the other one, and they were like they were pretending it was a rapper, and like they put in the lyrics of the song with him confessing to the murder, and they're like, "Boy, you so stupid." Like word for word, what happened in the lyrics. And I'm like, bruh, this is literally OJ's diary right now.
God damn.
God, that's crazy. Oh, sweet Jesus.
On a different note, do you think Brazil could win the World Cup? Or do you think
Brazil?
Or do you think Argentina is going to win? Repeat.
I think Argentina's got a better shot than Brazil.
Yeah.
I don't know. Brazil.
Wait a minute. Where's it at? Oh,
Brazil mentally got broken when Germany gave them belt. I think Germany. I would say Germany's got a good shot at it. Germany's loaded, but I'll do that later on. I'll stick with the NBA stuff first, and then we'll get into that.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are the odds to win next year's NBA title.
I feel so bad for Dylan Harper, man. The Spurs would have won if they played him and gave him the keys to the car. I'm so serious. If they gave Dylan Harper the keys to the car, they would have beat the Knicks. Because Wemby and Fox, oh my God, they shit the bed every single time down the stretch in the fourth quarter. You're like, bro.
Couldn't hold a lead. Couldn't hold a lead.
They led every single finals game and they lost them all.
That's why I said last week, I'm like, this game, the Spurs could be up 3-0 going for a sweep, but they just can't hold on to a fourth quarter lead.
Nope. No,
I was trying to be optimistic about it, but like, damn.
I'm trying to figure out too.
De'Aaron Fox got to be the worst contract right now in National Basketball Association.
Someone in San Antonio called the cops on him after Game 5. Someone called the cops. Someone said, "I want to report a robbery," and the first responder said, "We don't handle that. That's a problem you have to take up with the San Antonio Spurs." I'm like, someone really called the cops on this man.
Indiana, low key. I would put Indiana. Indiana deserves to be over Detroit. I'll be so real. I think Indiana deserves it. I know they were bad this year and whatnot.
Detroit
but
and
Indiana straight up tanked. Like, that's not being talked about. Indiana straight up tanked. They would have probably been in the play-in if they weren't trying to actively tank. But every single guy got hurt at some point. Obviously no Halburn and whatnot. But that team, I know they missed out on the top 5 pick this year. But they brought in Zubac, who's one of the best defensive centers, right? You got Howie. You have cap space if you want to make a move for a star. You have most of your draft picks, if not all. I'm not entirely sure. So you got Howie, you got Siakam, you got Nesmith, you got Nembhard. That's still the same team that went to the NBA Finals pretty much. They have not lost anybody beside Miles Turner. And they replaced him with Zubac, who's a better defensive player. But Indiana's going to be dangerous. I think they're better than Cleveland. Cleveland ain't winning nothing. I'm going to be real. I don't think Cleveland's going to win anything. I don't think Cleveland wins anything. Well, that's New York, I would put New York is going to, obligatory, they're going to be in the top 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
But James Dolan already said he's not playing that second apron. So somebody's got to go off that starting lineup, right? Whether it's Cat, I doubt they move Anunoby or Brunson. Anunoby and Brunson, I think, stay no matter what. But between Hart or Cat, I think somebody's going. One of the big contracts is going to have to go for money reasons. Minnesota's got a bunch of issues.
What's funny about that too? Someone mentioned this. Where's it at? Dang, where's it at? Dang, I didn't put it up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me get it. I thought I posted it. But yeah.
Said, hold up. Wait a minute.
Or is James Harden finally going to win a championship? Just kidding.
Who?
James Harden.
Who?
Who? Dang, where's it at? I need to find it now because I had it. Oh, there it goes. Okay, let me restore this. And now let me go ahead and put it in here. But yeah, honestly, I'm trying to figure out while I do bring this up. I like that. I like it. I look at the Lakers and I'm like, is that considering LeBron being on the team next year or not being on the team next year?
Good point. Do we know if he's
going to... they'll do some devil magic and bring in a star player or something. I'm not worried.
Do we know if he is going to stay? We don't know.
Who?
We don't know if he is going to stay, right?
Also, someone said Minnesota might be cursed as a sports city.
I think it is. It is so cursed.
Which is crazy when you think about it. Because, like, people forget, like, Minnesota's got damn near the same amount of, like, Super Bowl losses as the Bills. They had Kevin Garnett and Cat both left to win.
This doesn't even include Andrew Wiggins, by the way.
They also choke in the NHL playoffs. No lie. Minnesota Wild always choke.
I didn't even know Big Papi played for the Twins.
Yeah, the funniest thing, right? Minnesota had Garnett, they had Love, they had Wiggins, they had Cat. All of them left and were like big supporting pieces on other championship teams. And it's like, as a Minnesota fan, you're like, Anthony Edwards.
Yo, honestly, oh my gosh, that's true. So basically saying, So
I don't want to say it like that, but I'm saying it in a way of, if Minnesota don't get their act together, right, in the next 2 years, it would not shock me. Now, when Seattle Sonics and the Supersonics and Vegas or whoever it is get their NBA expansion teams, right, Minnesota's going to come to the East. But my problem is Minnesota's management is absolutely stupid because Minnesota traded Cat to duck the second apron for Julius Randle. And they thought that could be a second option to help Anthony Edwards. And you're like,
dang. So basically, now that I look at this, old boy might.
I think Anthony Edwards will. He would not shock me if he requests a trade by 28.
So Anthony Edwards really might just get up out of there and win a title in 2 years wherever he lands.
His contract might be up in 2028. Actually, let me double check that.
Hey, so what if Anthony Edwards leave Minnesota and go to Orlando and win Orlando a title in like a year or two?
I trade Franz right now for him if you want. That's fine. Or Paul, I don't care. Or Bane, and like Anthony Black. Don't matter. He can come.
Noted.
Yeah, Edwards playing at the Lakers.
His contract, Anthony Edwards, expires in 2029.
You never know.
Yeah, no, so that means when his contract expires and he goes somewhere else, so by 2030, 2031, he'll probably win himself a championship.
I think by the end of next year, if they don't get it done by this year or next year, that trade request hit in. I think if they get like first or second round of this year, you're going to see it hit. If they don't make meaningful improvement. When I say meaningful, I mean like getting an actual number 2 for him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And then this also came up when you also want to speak of New York and championships and legacies in one individual. I go back to also the 2008 gold medal team.
Don't worry. We'll never forget you, Demon. We was going to hit this. Don't worry.
I still got his Nuggets jersey.
Whew.
Damn.
Still got it.
Imagine if he didn't leave Denver, though. Man.
I liked him in Denver, honestly. So this is actually funny, too. Someone said his legacy's been erased, ? Jokic took his number. LaMelo Ball took his nickname. Kevin Durant took his Olympic record.
Ain't take his nickname. Them Gen Zers ain't know what they're talking about. Nah, I'm Gen Z.
Jalen Brunson took New York.
Tell them, Ace.
And then James Harden took his NBA top 10 scoring spot.
LaMelo Ball can't even drive. What do you mean he taking somebody's nickname? He can't even take a steering wheel and go straight.
There you go. You tell him, Ace. Get him. Get him. They don't know no better. They don't remember him when he wore that Nuggets 15.
Ooh, that 15 was nice.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I still got it.
No, the 7 wasn't bad, right? But that 15 when he had the rose, man.
Yeah, when he had the cornrows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That just hit different, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. The
And
cornrows
then you
with
had
the
the Hoodie
headband.
Mello era in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Olympic
that
Mello was special, bro. Oh my god.
Now I will say the only reason why this man didn't win a ring is I don't know if you've ever seen the 2008 Redeem Team documentary on Netflix.
He didn't want to go to Miami.
No, not that. Which I mean, I think it was also that too. But they said like him, Wade, and LeBron went out for a night out in Vegas. They came back at like 5, 6 a.m.
I know they was drunk and Kobe got mad at him and all that.
Or yeah, Kobe got mad because Kobe was going to go to the gym to go work out and start training,
and they were not coming back. Yeah,
and that's when they said LeBron and Wade started training with him, but like Carmelo was like, "Man, he crazy. I'm going to bed." Like he started, and then you see like that's the difference between why they won rings. He didn't.
He didn't. Yeah,
that's true and all, but like. Bron and Wade wanted him to come to Miami before they wanted Bosh.
I believe that too. I believe it.
I remember that. I know they wanted that, and then like Melo said nah because he didn't want to play third fiddle. Bosh said, "Hey, fine." He kind of did it to himself down the way, you know. And he let the ego hit him, and like
because I definitely would have let them carry me to a ring.
I'm like, you put the three of them together, bro. They'll win. Now the defense might not be as good as it was with Bosh, but like, and then by the time he got to OKC, he was old, but that team wasn't bad. You know, Paul George just like fell apart.
Yeah,
by the time they played Utah and Portland.
I still appreciate you, Melo. I still appreciate you, and I'm happy that the Heat ended up with.
Be a coach. I honestly think he should go be a coach.
Yes, I think he should. His son goes to Syracuse. I mean, I think he should end up, in some sort of role at Syracuse.
I don't know if he will make the NBA, but like,
I think he works for the NBA on Prime.
He does TV.
Yeah,
but he could probably do it coaching. I know he wanted Paulo to work out with him this summer.
Coaching, sports analysis. I could see that.
Mm-hmm. All right. And with that, we can head over to the NHL. We're actually making really good time. That's why I did Hot Topics first.
Actually, the NBA draft is next week for Thursday. So we'll do our draft preview next week.
So one thing I do want to point out since we made it here to the NHL, you look at so far this decade, the champions we've had, we have not crowned one so far in.
I take that back. All right, we're going to cycle back to because the NBA draft is actually the 23rd and 24th. So round 2 will be when we're doing it. So if y'all want to do like a draft preview or whatever, we can do that later. The NHL draft, I think, is Thursday at this point. And I know one of them is Thursday.
Yeah, we haven't crowned a champion.
NHL draft is Thursday. We'll do that next week.
But yeah, we haven't crowned a champion yet in Major League Baseball or college football this season for the 2026 season. But so far, these are all your champions this decade so far.
Yeah, and the NHL Stanley Cup remains in the East. That's all I care about. I don't want to see that cup go to any West Coast Conference team ever.
I'll be real. I think this is probably the first cup win that's like, all right, this is not bad since the Lightning won back in 21. Like obviously Avalanche, I didn't like that. Vegas beating Florida. I was like, I didn't want to see Florida win it, but I also didn't want to see Vegas win it. So I was like, I hope both teams lose type situation. And like nobody likes Florida. So like the last 2 Stanley Cups were garbage.
But this Stanley Cup, I think, 9 years in the 9 years, Vegas.
We built on our boy Brandon Bussy a statue, bro. That boy Bussy's good.
Pause. What?
Nah, I'm being real, bro. We not pausing on nothing. That boy getting a statue.
Yeah,
that's his actual name, bro. Like,
I know. Bussy, yeah.
We're juvenile. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, no,
You're
just the
rocking
fact that the Vegas, a new expansion team in the last 9 years, has had 3 appearances.
They
Mhm.
basically
One.
offered like the Rams F them picks. I mean, like draft picks take
that's
like
all they
5
are.
years to actually see return on your investment type. It's very rare you see one come out in 2 years, 1 year. Like Wyatt Johnston back in 2021. That's right. The last one you saw, like he came in and made an impact on a playoff team like right away. But like, there's not many rookies do it, and Vegas trades all their young guys. Right, the year they went to the Stanley Cup back in 2018 or whatever. That was their first year. They traded Nick Suzuki, who was a 5th pick. Like he won Selke this year, right? That's a really good player.
Yeah.
But that took him almost 10 years to get to that point. They traded that for Max Pacioretty, played a big part for them. They got basically everybody you could think of. They went and traded for them for that team, right? 23, same situation. They went and got Tomas Hurdle. They went and got Petrangelo. They went and got all those other guys, and you're like, go and say have some picks and go get guys right. Same thing this year. They didn't really trade much picks, but they went and got Marner in free agency. They blew the bank on that.
Yep.
Like,
They
do what they got to do.
Pavel Dorofeev, who's
Well, Dorofeev, I think they drafted him actually.
Yeah.
He's one of the few guys they drafted and developed. But like that took them years to get that 60 points out of him, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then these are the odds for next year's Stanley Cup so far. So the Avalanche lead the way, followed by the Hurricanes. Yeah, no, I agree.
Avalanche.
So this was what one of those Florida Panthers fans were alluding to. The Panthers have the 5th highest odds to win the Cup, followed by the Lightning.
Right.
And then all the way at the bottom, you see the LA Kings. I'm surprised to see Edmonton that high.
I'm gonna be real.
And just the fact that Minnesota, we mentioned about Minnesota. There's Minnesota again. They're gonna choke again in the playoffs. I'm sorry. First round.
Next
they
week
play
is
again.
Gonna be so interesting in the hockey and NHL, right?
Mm.
And I say this because, right, the Panthers are trying to resign Bobrovsky, who was not very good this year, right? He had dealt with injuries. He's getting up there, very up there in age. Your defense core is not young at all. You're kind of the same situation on the defense side of the puck with like the Lightning, but the Lightning have Vasilevsky and the Panthers. Bobrovsky is the main reason why they won those 2 cups, right? He stood on his head against the Lightning. They couldn't get anything past him. This past year, he was not good. They have the 9th pick in this. They have the 9th pick in the draft. There were rumblings saying they could trade that pick to Winnipeg for Hellebuck, who we all saw literally stand on his head to carry Team USA to a gold medal. Now, Connor Hellebuck in the playoffs is not the same as Connor Hellebuck on the gold medal that we've seen. Now, if the Panthers do trade for Hellebuck, that's going to be very interesting for that team as a whole. But that team, you got pieces around it where you could upgrade. But like Marchand's getting up there in age. Your 3rd line is not entirely great, but on paper, they're probably a little bit deeper than the Lightning down the middle, where the Lightning have to answer what they're going to do with Nick Paul, which we'll see what happens with that. And they have no defense unit.
Nick Paul and I was about to talk about the defense. That defense,
you can go take it over.
Is nowhere to be seen in the Lightning. That's why it's like, how did you get into the playoffs? How did you get to where you are? It was a lot of points. It was a lot of they just grinded until the very end, and they managed to slip into the playoffs.
Like, people were mad that Kucherov won the Hart, which is MVP. Vasi won best goalie, and Cooper won Coach of the Year because, like, if you're Coach of the Year, how do you have the Hart, the MVP? Because you can't be the most valuable player if you have the best goalie, right? Yeah. And I'm like, did you, like, Google some of the names the Lightning had playing on defense, right? This is the equivalent of saying you brought in a G Leaguer or a B team guy in soccer terms, like football terms. Like, you're bringing somebody from the B team to play up on your A team, and you're like, this guy is not up to standards for what a top tier team is supposed to be playing. And they had 5 of those guys playing, and you're like, hey, we're just throwing some random guys out here and praying to God this is actually we just score enough goals or Vasi stands on his head enough times to win a game.
Yeah, they don't crash the net. They don't block shots.
And they don't tie nobody up.
They don't tie anybody up. No, they just cover. They do what they're good at, and they're like, oh, we can just do 2-2-1 zone or 1-2-2 zone.
Yeah, 1-2-2, and they just like leave nobody. Like Vasilevsky's just out to dry. There's nobody stopping anybody in front of him, and he's like, "Bruh." And then he literally called him out and said, "Y'all suck in front of me."
As he should. As he should.
Said that. And I'll never stop laughing at that. I'm like, this man literally just basically said, "Y'all play like shit."
So
I feel like with these odds, though, I mean, I think these are probably going to be.
I think Anaheim should be over Ottawa. Montreal should be over Ottawa.
Yeah.
New Jersey. New Jersey's got a good team. They just, I don't know, they're kind of weird. But New Jersey, Anaheim, and Montreal should all be above Ottawa. I think Buffalo was actually more of a flash in the pan type years, and they're going to be good again next year type thing. I don't know. I'm not entirely sold on them.
But those would be the same teams to be in the playoffs. I mean, the same 16 teams.
If a team who didn't make the playoffs this past year makes the playoffs this year, I think you're going to be seeing
that would raise an eyebrow.
San Jose. I think it's San Jose.
Oh, the Sharks.
Yeah, I think the Sharks take the King spot.
Yeah. I can see that.
Let me make sure, right? Yeah, it'll be the Sharks taking the King spot.
I'd love to see. Oh, wait.
Or Winnipeg. Winnipeg might come back. Winnipeg needs to blow it up. Or St. Louis might make it. I don't know. I think Utah's right there. The other spots are pretty good in the Central. The Central's just like a gauntlet, right?
Yeah.
The Pacific's basically the NFC South.
I'd actually like to see Nashville at some point, but
the Kraken, I don't know. The Kraken don't have a 5-star player. They have a bunch of 3s and a 3.5. They don't have no 5 stars.
It's crazy how I've forgotten about them since the Utah Mammoth came into existence.
Like once Arizona moved to Utah, it's like all the shine about the Kraken just went away, and they just sunk into
mediocrity. Like I'm telling you, and then plus it doesn't help the Seahawks just won a Super Bowl, and then wait till the Supersonics
Mariners were
back.
right in the conference champion.
Yeah, the ALCS, and then it's again wait till the Supersonics come back, and then everybody's
gonna forget. Oh my gosh, the Kraken need a superstar they can market around. They don't have that.
Nope.
They have a bunch of really good and okay players. They don't have a guy like when Stamkos showed up, right? The Lightning marketed around Stamkos. The Maple Leafs marketed around Matthews. Now they're going to market around McKenna as Matthews is leaving. The Panthers have to Chuck and Barkov and whatnot. The Canes have Aho. Like, all the good teams, McKinnon on the Avalanche, whatnot, right? Like, all the good teams have guys you market around. Seattle doesn't have anybody. No. Who's actually worth marketing around.
That's why there's a lot of illusion and speculation with McDavid and his contract and where does he go? I think he needs to just leave Edmonton altogether. He needs to just burn those bridges and be done.
So do you think that they'll trade him down here?
That's where you're going. That's where I feel like it would definitely be a shot in the dark kind of situation. But yeah, I can imagine you trade him for like couple of picks, or you have to burn some bridges with the Lightning, and you have to get rid of Kucherov. I'm sorry, and Braden Point for someone like him.
I'm gonna kick him for that. He said trading Kucherov for McDavid. I'm sorry, but if you're trading for McDavid, you're not trading Kucherov for him. You're bringing McDavid to pair up with Kucherov. And also, if you request a trade, Edmonton's got no leverage for that because he could just walk. And he has a no-trade clause, so they can't trade him anywhere he doesn't want to go. So, yeah, it's not going to cost Kucherov. It might cost Point, but it won't cost Kucherov. And Point, for sure.
As long as they keep Brandon
That's why
Hagel.
he got sent to timeout. He got sent to the penalty box 2 minutes for
obscenity.
Yeah, I agree with
Rubbish.
you, Pete. I agree. Give Hagel the A on his jersey. Give him
No, Hagel's getting the C. I want to say, since you brought that up, one last thing before we go off to the World Cup, right? You saw Carolina win the Stanley Cup. I don't know if anybody... You also saw Jordan Staal led a team?
Yeah. Conn Smith.
Oh, yeah. So,
hits.
did you guys notice anybody on the Lightning wearing a C in the playoffs?
No.
Nope.
Y'all see him?
We seen it. We seen it
Y'all
with
see
our
him?
own eyes.
Y'all see him? I don't
No.
see him.
We
You see
seen
him?
it.
Anything? Anything?
So,
I don't see no C on the
my
ice.
leg.
I don't
That was
see
great.
I don't see no C on the ice. Y'all see him? I'm looking everywhere. Y'all see him? No.
Yeah, who recorded
Oh.
the most hits in playoffs with 89 hits? Jordan Stahl.
Who
took
scored half the
Conn
goals
Smythe
for them? Who scored the clutch goals?
Jordan Stahl.
Who making the clutch pass? Jordan Stahl.
Stahl.
Who's making the key net front tie up? Jordan Stahl.
Stahl.
Who's blocking the shots? Jordan Stahl.
Jordan Stahl. Who's the oldest
And I'm
player to
like-
win the Conn Smythe Trophy?
Who? No.
Stahl.
Who threw down the gloves in game 1 of the playoffs? On opening night of the playoffs, who threw down the gloves?
Against Ottawa,
Jordan
against
Stahl.
Brady Tkachuk. Jordan Stahl.
And who won that fight? Jordan Stahl. Oh, where's the Lightning see? Anybody see him?
Saying,
I don't
who do
know.
we love?
I don't see him. Y'all see us?
Jordan Stahl.
Jordan Stahl.
Bro, like, what I'm saying,
Who
though,
you gonna vote for? Jordan Stahl.
Stahl.
I mean, I'm just saying, right? The good teams need their captains leading the way.
Yeah, they do.
Mark
That's the
Stone
captain.
was on the ice making key goals for Vegas down the stretch.
Yep.
Jordan Stahl, key goals down the stretch, key plays down the stretch, leading the team, rallying the team. Lightning didn't have that. And I know they won the cup without Stamkos, but at least Stamkos was around the team. He came back. He at least tried playing. I don't think the Lightning win that Stanley Cup against Dallas if he doesn't come out game 3 and score that goal. Like, the minute you saw that, you're like, oh, yeah, Lightning winning this series.
Before we
Yeah,
talk
we
about the World Cup,
You got my respect for that, right? And then on the second cup, he played a big role in that second cup. Mr. Man with the C right now. Where you at?
who we gonna talk about? I got a trivia question real quick before we go to the World Cup.
What? Jordan? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, say don't.
Some guy
Al
named Jordan.
Cowlings.
Oh.
George Stahl probably was like 6 years old when that happened because he's like 40 now.
Hey, you
Jordan
never know.
Stahl's
Look, he could.
37.
No, he's 37. I thought he's like 40, bro. I don't know why. No, Corey
Oh.
Perry's 40. He's like 37.
Corey Perry's
Yeah,
39.
he's about 6 years old. I was right. He's about 6 years old back when that happened. 5, 6
Torts.
years old.
Torts.
He
John
could have been
Tortorella
6
is
years
like
old in a
67.
getaway car.
All right. Moving on.
Oh yeah. I meant to tell you too, Mr. Sasser.
Oh boy. What?
The Florida State Georgia game for 2028 was moved to Nashville.
Florida State, Georgia.
Yeah.
That's random.
That is
To be
random.
in
random.
Nashville.
It came down to either like here, Orlando, here, Orlando, Atlanta, or Nashville.
I'm not complaining. I'll take a flight there any day.
Let me see how much them tickets cost first. But yeah, what you
about
got?
300.
All right. Let's get
On
it
a good
going.
day.
On this
On a good
good
day.
World Cup. All right. So starting off in Group A, we had Mexico winning their first game. South Korea winning their first game. Czechia, South Africa, gloriously. South Africa lost. Did not score any goals. You know, they were one of the only teams to not score a goal in the World Cup so far.
Damn.
I'm so serious. Like, there's only a couple teams that didn't score goals. Algeria didn't score a goal. Well, Cabo Verde and Spain both didn't score goals. That was a 0-0 game draw. But outside of them, it was only Ecuador and Algeria, besides South Africa, that did not score a goal.
Damn.
Mm.
Oh, and Turkey. So, embarrassing. So that was funny to see. The concerts that they had for the opening ceremonies of the World Cup, I don't want to play them because we'll probably get copyrighted for those, like how we did for the WWE. But Shakira did a good job. Tyler and Future killed it.
Yeah,
I mean,
some of them did kill it.
Lisa, I think Lisa was like, that wasn't the appropriate song for the World Cup. You know what I mean?
Remember that one.
Exactly. Good thing. But back to the standings, right? So that was Group A. Group B. Group B is kind of crazy because you have Switzerland and Canada, Qatar and Bosnia and Herzegovina all drawed. So like that's all 1 point each. So basically, for the people who aren't World Cup people, there's 3 group stage games, right? And like whoever gets the most points in that group goes on to the next the elimination bracket. So Scotland is, funny enough, Scotland drank out all the beer in Boston, and I just think that's hilarious because Boston's like a known beer town in America. It's like one of the biggest sets of beer, like places for beer in America. And the Scots came in and drank the city dry. I don't think I've ever seen that. Like, they literally drank the city dry.
That's
They had to
crazy.
get emergency shipments of bottled beer because they drank all the draft beer in the town. I'm like,
They know how to party, man. Scots know how to party.
they know how to drink. And then Morocco and Brazil draw it, and I'm like, that game was the same game at the same time as when the Knicks won the same day. The Knicks won Game 5, and you're like, oh, thank God this game drawed. Because like if Brazil won that game the same day, well, I know the Knicks were in San Antonio playing, but like if that game happened the same time, you're like, that's not good. Because you got the Brazilians going crazy for their win while the Knicks were going crazy for their win. So that would have been like World War III happening. So good thing that game drawed. Poor Haiti. Haiti lost, but I think they're just happy to be there. USA dominant against Paraguay. Paraguay got exposed badly. So that's good to see.
So is this single elimination or double elimination?
No, right now it's group stage, so like round robin.
So they play each
So
other.
like think
Okay.
so basically, like, you know, like how the regular season, but except you're only playing your division teams, and only the division winners go on to the playoffs.
Mm.
But instead of like teams, you have countries.
Right.
Country
Okay.
teams.
Interesting.
So Australia and US play next, and I think they play in a couple of days.
I think they play.
So-
Actually, I think they play tomorrow or Friday.
Yeah, I think it's Friday. I'm not entirely sure. Hold on, I can tell you when they play. They play the Friday at 3:00. So
Alright.
when we go to thing, the game will already be over, unfortunately. So we won't get to see Team USA play while we're there. But you know,
Oh yeah, when we go to Top Golf.
yeah. Germany is up. They dominant 7-1. Gave Brazilian fans across the pond, you know, PTSD. Like every single Brazilian when they saw Germany score 7 goals. Good old belt to poor Curacao. I think Curacao was just happy to be there, but like
Curacao, I think, yeah, Curacao. Who's the other? Cape Verde.
Ecuador got beat up too.
Cape Verde is another team that's there.
Yeah, Cape
think
Verde, but Cape Verde at least drawed. Curacao got their butts beat bad, but I think so far the best game of the World Cup, I think so far, has probably been Japan Netherlands. That game, I don't know if anybody saw that. First half was so boring, and all of a sudden you seeing like, imagine Game 7 of the NBA Finals or Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals in overtime. That's basically how that second half felt when you're watching, and this is just a group stage game. They go on one haymaker after another haymaker, and one team answers, the next one responds, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh damn. And then you see Japan tied with basically like on a buzzer beater to get that draw. And while Sweden was dominant there when they won 5-1 against poor little Tunisia. I think Tunisia, actually not small, but like, I think they're just happy to be there also. Group G, New Zealand, they all tied in that group between New Zealand, Iran, Belgium, and Egypt. So like, on them, I don't think nobody cares about that. Group G, Group H. Well, we saw Spain and Cabo Verde tied, but I think Spain should be fine because like nobody's afraid of Saudi Arabia or Uruguay, to be honest. Group I is the fun one between Norway and France, just duking it out. I think when they play each other, I think coming up.
Yeah, that will be
because
good.
like Senegal and Iraq, I don't think either one of them are like gonna make it to the knockout stage. But Norway and France is basically like the Rams and the Seahawks in the same division.
Mm.
So, you're going to see Mbappe and Haaland be duking it out pretty much to see who's going off. But I think both of them going to the knockout stage, it's more going to be one's going to be stuck as a wild card. Group J, Argentina. We saw Messi hat trick, showing why he's the GOAT. 38 years old, still going.
Still got it. Still going.
Unk still got it.
Unk
still got it, bro.
He still got it.
He still got it. And then Austria had won, but against Jordan. No offense, Jordan, but Jordan got their butts beat too.
I mean, I have no idea what's going on. Like I don't watch it. Like I'm just like I'm sitting here waiting in I'm like, when does fall camp start? That's what I'm literally saying to myself.
Oh my god. No, it's been fun. Congo and Portugal tied. That was like hate watching Ronaldo right now. It's like Ronaldo missed 3 golden opportunities to score, and he like shanked all of them. It's like imagine you were on the 1 yard line and you decided to throw the ball and it went over somebody's head on 4th down instead of running the ball.
I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed.
That's basically how that went.
Mm.
England won their first game 4-2 against Croatia. Croatia's good, so that was a big win there. And Ghana and Panama, I mean, they're there, but like we're not expecting them to be like heavy hitters type thing. You know what I mean?
Mm.
They're there for the vibes.
Yep.
Okay, so that's our overall recap of the World Cup so far.
Nice.
Recap for F1 real quick. Lewis Hamilton took the Barcelona Grand Prix.
That's why he's the MVP.
Nice.
That's why he's
But
the
he's
GOAT.
vintage
The
Lewis.
GOAT.
As well as George Russell and Lando Norris got 2nd and 3rd. So
We need
3
Verstappen
British.
to get a proper working car, please. Give my boy Verstappen a car. We need him and
car.
we
Well, he
need
got
him and
4th.
Hamilton duking again.
He got 4th, so he got some good points.
Yeah.
There.
But he has to make up all the points from he lost from Monaco.
Yeah, I know. And a Hadger got his pole taken away from him, sadly. But that's another thing. But yeah, basically,
Look at us.
three British drivers took the Barcelona Grand Prix. 3 Brits.
I'm sure the Spanish
And
are happy
about 7 other cars DNF, including Leclerc. Sadly. At least one Ferrari driver's doing good. The other's not with it. What?
No, it's just
Look at us, guys. In 1 hour and 2 minutes, we did NFL, we did college football, we did MLB. Actually, we didn't really do MLB. Right now, the Rays and Dodgers are in the series, but
the series is over. The Dodgers swept them, but they were all 1-run games.
No.
Yeah, it was close games though, so you can't really blame him. Rasmussen had 6. He was playing pretty good. I don't know. The problem with the Rays, I think, is
they played a good
Caminero
team.
needs to improve a little on defense because he has a lot of errors, but he didn't have any, I think, last night. But he got to improve a little bit there, and they need to get more relieving pitching. Like if they're gonna do anything before the deadline, they need to get a new reliever. Like their relief pitching is horrible.
They what was it that they said? This past month was like the worst month batting for Chandler Simpson. So
the Rays only had 3 hits on Robelski. I can't say his name. He's on my fantasy team, and I can't say I'm sorry, bro. It's like a really weird name. But anyways,
they had bases loaded and lost that game today. I was watching that on my way on my way home, leaving work. I was like, that's crazy. But I mean, to lose to a team that's supposed to be in the World Series probably again this year by 1 run in 3 games every time. I mean, I guess you can take confidence from it.
You can take something away from it and say, you know what, we can at least best them. We're close, but we can't beat them right now. But we can.
Yeah,
they
got to tweak some things.
Keep them on that.
They got to tweak some things.
Yeah,
they've already fallen out of first place. They've fallen to second place now.
Yeah,
but they'd be like the second wild card spot.
Yeah, they will.
I think they'll be fine down the road. Like,
and with a new stadium being built soon,
after Bucks stop trying to sabotage them.
After Charlie Miranda, need him to cough up dust and everything. That'll fart. You need to get him out of.
Vote him.
All right.
But hey, look at that. We did in 1 hour and 4 minutes, or 5 minutes, however you want to say. We did NBA, NHL, NFL, college football, MLB, World Cup, and Formula One. Look at us. We're so diverse, guys. I'm proud of us.
We are. We are. We did great. We did great.
And we didn't overyap. And HBCU football too. So another one for the
basketball.
Basketball. Yeah. Anyways, that's gonna do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for a wonderful episode of the Running Gun Podcast, where we greatly
be a friend, tell a friend.
Thank you, Miss Sasser. You take it over, y'all. I am running out of words.
Be a friend, tell a friend. Don't forget to subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe.
Thank you.
Happy 32 years to OJ Simpson
the
and
White
Bronco.
Right. Okay. Cut it thing down.
LAPD ain't got nothing on him.
No.
Man, y'all PD's in a bad light right now. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. They shot a poor poodle. Stupid ass.
All right, good night, y'all. Oh my God.
Good night.
This man said orange juice. Like
I did in the stream because I just wanted to see that. Oh my God.
I know he's probably talking about the Knicks.
He's talking about OJ Simpson.
He's taking the Knicks height.
All right, good night, y'all.
But we got